Hey folks, I want to talk about this super glue that Discount Auto Parts sent over for me to test out. And I really like this stuff because as I'm sure if you're watching this, you probably know there's different types of adhesives for different jobs, and they're, wood glue, rubber glue, things like that. But this particular one, it's a very thin super glue, and it's made that way so it will seep into thin cracks. And if you stay around to the end of the video, I've got a small project that I've been working on, or I've been holding off on working on until I got this, and I just want to show you how it works. But the nice thing about this is what comes in the kit is this super glue, and then they send you 20 different nozzles, 10 of these little long style nozzles here to get into really tight places, and then 10 of these shorter ones to get into, these have a metal tip on them to get into a little bit closer spaces. And I'll show a close-up of those here in just a second also. But one thing you want to be really careful of with this stuff is not to glue your fingers together. Ask me how I know from past experience with that, but you definitely don't want to get your fingers glued together. You don't want to get it on your skin. You don't want to get it in your eyes. And they send out a very nice warning card with those warnings on it. And there's also some warnings on this card about how to clean the nozzle off. And I'll show you a close-up of the nozzle, because they've included something that I haven't seen before in some of these other products that I thought was ingenious on their product. And I'll show you that here in just a second. I want to get a close-up view on this. Okay, like I said, it all comes in this box. You get this instruction card with it, talking about, how to, well, first of all, talks about, hey, don't glue your skin together, don't get it in your eyes. Why does the bottle look half empty? Because they leave an air gap in here. This little ingenious thing that I was telling you about earlier, and hopefully that would show up inside, but there is a small metal spike on the inside of that, and that goes down in the opening there to keep that clear, which, if you're familiar with glue, that's one of the things that always seems to, the nozzle always seems to get stopped up, and then you work for a few minutes or hours or whatever getting that to clear out. One other thing, when you're working with this stuff, you want to take a paper towel and wipe these threads clean of the super glue before you put the cap back on it, or you will super glue the cap to the bottle, and then yeah, it's you're gonna have a really hard time getting that off. Here are the different nozzles, close up of the different nozzles, and here are the longer ones for that. So you can get in some really tight places. This stuff's not really meant for like fabric. Definitely don't want to use it on any kind of, I would say, food containers, things like that. Where I have found it to be really good is on like rubber, plastic for sure. This is a part off of a gun case, and what really works well about this compared to, you can see how thin it is in there, compared to like a gel, is that this stuff seeps into cracks. And one thing I did with it was I had a leaking condensate pan on my HVAC, and I was able to glue the condensate pan up, dry it out really good, because the stuff doesn't work in water, but dried it out really well, and then I glued that up, and it's been holding. Once it dries, it's fine, but just don't try to glue it while it's wet. So this thing, as you can see, this is a little latch, and it's broken. It's broken right there. So I probably could glue this without doing this next step, but one of the things that I like to do is I take a piece of masking tape here and then just apply that to one side of it, put it back together, and put that masking tape on it, and I'll put, kind of leave that open for just a second. We'll open this up. And for this one, I think because I don't have to go very far down in there, I can reach it from here. I don't need this big long nozzle, but it is nice that they supply that. But I think because of this one, I can reach it here. I can just put this on there. So put that down on there, tilt that down, and I'm just going to start up here. And you can see how well that you can control it without having to squeeze the bottle very hard at all. And that is so thin that that will seep right in there. And just be careful, like I said, let that and then boom, there you go. You got that. Gonna take this off here. Put that there. Make sure I wipe off the threads off of this. I don't think I got any on the threads, but better be safe than sure. Better be safe than sorry. And there you go. So, very nice product. Discount Auto Parts, super glue, instant adhesive. Plus you get all these different applicators and a nice instruction card. All right, thanks for watching.